God says, my child, this cannot wait. Time is moving faster now. The gates of heaven are opening and many are sleeping, but not you. You were chosen to hear this. This moment, right now, is not an accident. You didn't stumble across this. You didn't just click on a video. Divine hands have guided you here, and I, Archangel Michael, bring this message with love, with power, and with tears in my eyes, because heaven is calling your name. Yes, you heard me right. Everyone else may have overlooked you, misunderstood you, doubted you, but God has been watching. The angels have been surrounding you. And every prayer you whispered in your darkest night, it echoed through the heavens like a song. It moved the heart of God. My child, we have heard you. You are not alone. I need you to listen closely. No distractions. This is not the time to doubt. Not the time to scroll. This is the appointed hour. And if your soul feels stirred right now, if your heart is racing or your eyes are welling with tears, it is because your spirit recognizes the truth I'm speaking. There is a fire in you. Even if life tried to bury it. Even if trauma tried to drown it. Even if people tried to silence it. That fire is divine. That fire is your anointing. You wonder why it's been so hard, why the battles have been unending, why the waiting felt eternal. It's because the enemy has always known who you are. But you forgot. And now heaven is reminding you. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. My child, you were born with a calling that cannot be erased. This isn't just for motivation. This isn't just for comfort. This is a spiritual awakening. I am speaking beyond your ears. I'm speaking to your spirit. Take a breath. Let it in. You were sent here for such a time as this. Not by chance. Not by accident. But by divine design. And God is telling you now, I want you to rise. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Not once you've figured it all out. Because listen, your readiness does not determine your calling, your obedience does. And I see your heart. I see that you've been trying. Falling. Getting back up. Wondering if you're enough. And here's the answer, you are. You always were. God says, I did not anoint you because of what you've done, I anointed you because of who you are. You are a warrior. You are light in a dark world. You are a vessel for heaven's glory. My dear one, you are a key holder. And you must hear this, the world needs you awake. There are people waiting for what only you can say. There are chains only your hands can break. There are doors that will open only when you rise into your divine identity. And the pain? The waiting? The heartbreak? Don't think we didn't see it. Don't think your tears fell unseen. Every single tear became holy water in the spiritual realm. Every moment you didn't give up, you ignited light into darkness. Heaven took notice. We are at a turning point. This is not just a message. This is a commission. The 7 archangels stand in agreement. We are aligning behind you as your flames ignite. But, child, I must warn you, there is urgency. The Spirit is accelerating. Heaven is moving. And this next season? It cannot begin without your yes. 20 seconds. That's all it takes to decide to submit to your divine assignment. To say yes, to walk into destiny, to receive healing, direction, peace, and power. You don't need to know how. You just need to know this, God will carry you. I, Michael, will go before you, shielding your path, sword drawn, protecting you always. You're not losing your mind, you're breaking through. You're not failing, you're transforming. The confusion, the heaviness, the detours, they end here. Right now, in this holy moment. Because nothing will ever be the same. My child, heaven is leaning in to watch you rise. You are the miracle about to happen. You are the bell that awakens the slumbered. You are the stormbreaker and the light carrier. And your appointed time is now. All God needs is your trust. So will you trust Him? Will you say yes? Because if you do, watch what heaven does next. My beloved child, the time is now. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. This is the moment your soul has been prepared for across lifetimes. You're standing at a crossroads, but listen to me carefully. Once you pass this point, nothing will ever be the same. This is a divine appointment, a sacred alignment. And heaven is trembling with anticipation because your decision in this hour shapes not only your destiny, but the destinies of generations to come. This is that important. I need you to understand, if you turn away now, if you scroll, if you let this slip past you like another whisper on the wind, it may be too late to recover what heaven is trying to place in your hands. You felt something shifting, haven't you? Time feels different. Days blur. The world seems louder, heavier, more chaotic. That's no accident. It's prophecy. It's unfolding faster than you imagined, and you are a part of it. There are no coincidences in the kingdom of God. If this message found you, it's because the scroll of your life just entered a critical verse. Your soul knew it before your mind caught up. That's why the world feels off. That pressure in your chest. That sense of urgency in your spirit. It is not anxiety, it is the Spirit of God activating your mission. A divine alarm clock ringing in your bones. You are awakening. But listen, not everyone wakes up. Some will sleep through the moment. Some will doubt. Some will say, I'll wait until I have more proof, more peace, more strength. But the truth is, the portal will close. The moment will pass. The window of favor, of heavenly alignment, rare as it is, will not stay open forever. There are things God has prepared that must come into being now. Some call it destiny. Some call it prophecy. Heaven calls it the appointed time. And this is it. Child, this is it. Right here. Right now. Do you see now why the opposition increased before this moment? Do you see why your emotions felt like waves crashing? Why you felt like giving up, right before you found this message? It's because the enemy saw what heaven placed inside you. He felt the weight of your coming victory. So of course hell tried to overwhelm your mind. Of course darkness tried to delay your light. But listen to me, the darkness did not stop you. The storm did not steal you. Your breath is still in your lungs. Your purpose is still unfolding. And the fact that you're here, hearing this, means that the enemy failed. But this is where it gets real. Because now you must choose. You have heard the call. You cannot unhear it. You have felt the pull. You cannot unfeel it. Spirit recognizes spirit, and yours has just been reawakened to its original purpose. You must rise. Not sit in delay. Not feed your fear. You must rise. Because if you hesitate, the doors prepared for you might be taken by another. That is not fear. That is alignment. I speak this with trembling conviction. You must act. You must declare it out loud if you must. You must make space for the move of God. Because heaven has already opened the scroll. And now your name echoes across the realms. The angels stand at attention. The other archangels, we are standing with you right now. Surrounding you. Holding back everything that tried to destroy you. You've been wondering why certain doors took forever to open. Why no matter how hard you've prayed or pushed or believed, things still felt stuck. And now you know why. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. God wasn't delaying you. He was reserving you. Because some destinies are too holy to be rushed. Some battles require heaven's timing to win. And some assignments, like yours, require a level of inner fire that only pressure can create. And let me make it plain, my beloved, time will not stop for hesitation. There are moments, Split seconds, when heaven moves into an earthly timeline and says, "Now, my glory will be poured out. Now, my vessel must be ready. Now, my warrior must rise." This is one of those moments. You were born into this generation for this. There's no plan B, you are the prophecy in motion. Don't let distractions pull you from this sacred instruction. Don't let self-doubt drown out the voice of God. Can't you feel it? This isn't just a video. This isn't just a stranger talking to you. This is heaven itself reaching through the veil. Listen, child, and listen with your spirit. You are here for something eternal. You're here because of the prayers of your ancestors. You're here because of the purpose sealed inside you before your first breath. And you're here because God has waited for this exact moment to ask you a question. Will you step into the purpose for which you were created? Will you rise while the rest crumble? Will you say yes before this window closes? You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to have it all together. You need to move in faith. God says, "I go before you. I level every mountain. I break every chain. But I need your yes." And child, this is the moment to give it. The heavens are aligned. The Spirit is flowing. The trumpet has sounded in the spirit realm. Do you hear it? That stirring? That fire building in your chest? That's not emotion. That is your spirit remembering why it was sent to earth in the first place. And now, you must either move forward, or turn away. But know this. If you turn back now, you will miss something holy. Something rare. Something that might not come again in this form. The world is shifting rapidly. Portals of favor, blessing, and assignment are opening to those aligned in this hour. You can hesitate, but heaven cannot. So I ask you, with all the love, power, and divine urgency I carry, what will you do now? Will you delay a little longer? Or will you answer the trumpet in your spirit? Because child, this is your moment. And once you step into it, your life will never be the same. God is waiting. The angels are watching. And everything you prayed for, it's on the other side of your yes. Child of light, let me come closer now. Closer than the noise. Closer than the ache in your chest that you try so hard to hide. There has been so much pain. I see it. We all do. And I need you to know, heaven has not ignored it. Not a second of it. Not a single tear. Not a single prayer that slipped from your lips in the silence of night. You're not just surviving, you've been carrying a world no one understands. There are things in your heart you've never spoken. Things too heavy, too sacred, too painful to explain. Moments you gave your all and were still left empty. People you loved, deeply, who left. Some walked away. Some passed beyond the veil. And still, the world just kept moving. But you were stuck in that moment. That one moment where life broke. I know. I was there. I saw you cry into your pillow and wonder if God still hears you. I saw you clutch an old photo, wishing they'd come back, just for one more day. I saw you whisper, "Why me?" into the silence while nobody else was watching. And child, God answered with tears of His own. Because He never created you for pain, He created you for purpose. But pain became the breaking ground where your oil was pressed. And heaven never wastes pain. Never. You weren't abandoned. You were being anchored. Deeper than this world. Deeper than performance. Deeper than everything you thought you had to be in order to be holy, worthy, or loved. You lost people. You lost your way. You even started to lose yourself. But somehow, you're still here. Tell me, do you know what that means? It means the darkness pushed, but it didn't possess you. It means the grief shattered, but never severed you from the hand of God. It means purpose outlasted the pain. Even when you felt numb. Even when the fire left your eyes for a while. Because you, my child, you are rare. That kind of depth. That kind of heart. Heaven does not hand that lightly. You were chosen before the deepest valleys. And it's through those valleys, not around them, that your power has been born. I know you've questioned it lately. You've wondered, why would God give me such a big heart, just for it to keep being broken? Why do I feel everything so deeply? Why did I have to love them so much just to lose them? Why does it feel like God is silent when I just need one sign? Oh child, the signs were never absent, just subtle. Hidden in moments when the world thought they were nothing, but heaven delivered them to you like love letters written into the fabric of your day. Do you remember? That one time you almost gave up, and a stranger smiled at you in a way that felt like home. That day you cried at a red light, and the exact song you needed came on. The dream you had that felt so real you woke up alive again. The feather. The number. The scent of someone who's gone. The whisper in the breeze that somehow calmed your soul. That was God. That was heaven. That was us. You didn't imagine it. You didn't hallucinate hope. You were seen. You were held. Even on your worst day, child, the angels stood guard. There are accidents you never had. Battles you never saw, because we fought them for you. There were nights when your spirit left your body in dream, and you were comforted, healed, held in other realms, and you woke up with just enough strength to go on. That was real. Our wings have shielded you more times than you know. And yet, you still blame yourself for things that were never yours to carry. You still wear guilt for loving too hard, for holding on too long. But love is never wrong. Grief is a sign of deep love. And deep love is the image of a holy God carved into your chest. You are made in His likeness, and that likeness is love. Don't apologize anymore for being sensitive. Don't harden your heart to protect yourself. Don't silence your emotions just to get through the day. Because listen closely. Your softness is your sword. Your wounds are your wings. Your heartbreak is holy, because it broke you open enough for heaven to come in. You keep wondering why people left. Why prayers didn't get answered the way you thought. But what if I told you, the things that were taken were only removed to protect the assignment God sealed upon your life? They didn't reject you, they rejected the spirit within you. It wasn't abandonment, it was redirection. It wasn't punishment, it was preservation. There are plans resting upon your name so holy that God had to remove everything that threatened to sabotage them before they matured. And now you're entering the season where it will all start to make sense. But not because you figured it out, no, child. Because you finally stopped holding it all together. You finally laid the pieces down. And that is when God does His best work. In the rubble. In the prayers that sound like screams. In the nights when the only faith you had was staying alive. You've done far better than you realize. So breathe, beloved. Breathe. Heaven has not forgotten you. God has not changed His mind about you. Your soul may be tired. Your heart may be weary. But something holy is stirring in you now. I feel it even as I speak. That's your spirit returning to its place of power. That's your alignment beginning again. That's the call you answered before your first breath, awakening in your bones. You were never meant to be ordinary. That's why ordinary never fit. You were never meant to follow the crowd. That's why you always felt different. You were never meant to settle for survival. You are the bloom growing out of dry ground. You are the wild river that could not be dammed. You are the chosen one who rose through ashes with wings of breath and flame. And your story is not over. It's just beginning. Can you feel it building? That holy hush? That sacred quiet between what was and what will be? That's God. That's glory. That's transformation. Your breakthrough mourned with you when you were breaking. But now it's rejoicing, because you've made it to this point. And what's coming next won't even compare. All that loss, all that grief, all those prayers, are birthing something the world has never seen. You. healed, whole, returned to soul. Haven't you felt it, my child? That creeping sense that something isn't what it seems? That strange pressure in the spirit, the nagging thought you can't quite shake, like something sacred is hidden just behind the veil? Yes, you felt it. And you were right to trust it. Because many things you've been told were never the full truth. The world? It's operating under illusions. Secrets kept from eyes not yet ready to see. There are forces moving around you, pretending to be light, but they are not of the light. There have been whispers woven into your life with the intention to keep you small, to keep you blind, to keep you disconnected from your original power. Haven't you noticed? Why do you think you've always felt different? Why did nothing ever fully satisfy you the way others seem content? Why have you always sensed there must be more? Because there is, and you've always known it. Because the truth has lived inside you all along, and now it's waking up. Listen. It was never your mind that was confused, it was your soul crying out for truth. You were taught to doubt your intuition. Taught to trust systems more than spirit. Told to listen to the world instead of the whisper within. But child, that whisper was God. That uneasy feeling when people praised what felt wrong, that was your internal compass sounding the alarm. That moment you bowed your head in a crowd and just knew something unholy was being mixed with holy things. That wasn't rebellion. That was discernment. You've been betrayed by systems created to numb you into silence. You've been taught fear disguised as faith. You were given fragments when your soul was built for revelation. But the time of illusions is ending. And you're finally ready for the truth. I must speak plainly now. There are things happening in the spirit realm that many are not prepared to face. The separation has already begun. The wheat from the weeds. The seekers from the sleepers. Those who carry divine fire, and those who only mimic the light. You've seen it, haven't you? Friends turning strangely distant. Environments crumbling with no warning. Dreams that feel too vivid. Numbers repeating. Shadows shifting. Yes, child. These are spiritual signs, not coincidences. You are at the edge of a veil, and just beyond it lies a truth that would shatter everything you once called normal. And here is what I must reveal to you. There is a hidden war being fought around your life. Your thoughts aren't always your thoughts. Your fatigue isn't always physical. Your confusion is often not even yours. It's spiritual interference, a reaction to the frequency you're beginning to emit. When a soul begins to awaken, darkness panics. Why? Because once you remember who you are, they can't control you anymore. You've been called disobedient when you were just defending the sacred. You've been made to feel crazy because your spirit picked up on chaos others never felt. You've been mocked for trusting signs, mocked for believing dreams meant something, all while heaven was nodding in approval. The mystery has always been this. You were never ordinary. You've been a threat since birth. They tried to silence you by making you doubt yourself. And now that you are awakening, the enemy knows that his time is short. That is why the deception is stronger. That is why your attacks increased. The opposition rose, because your purpose is closer than ever. And still, even now, you feel something hidden, something unfinished. That's because your divine memory is returning. You were sealed before time. Your name was spoken before the stars. You made a covenant with heaven before you ever had a voice on earth. And part of that covenant was this. When the veil grows thin, and the time is near, you will remember. That time is now. But child, wouldn't you agree? Doesn't it feel like something beneath the surface is about to burst? Like you're being watched, not in fear, but in deep, ancient anticipation? You are. Angels are watching you with holy suspense. Because the next thing you realize, the next step you take, the next choice you make, will echo across realms. This is no ordinary life you live. Your wounds carry codes. Your scars hold blueprints. And your life, though fractured in ways others can't see, is the fulfillment of an ancient scroll with your name on it. So let me ask you, what if the very people who left you were removed so they wouldn't block this revelation from unfolding? What if they were never meant to walk through this portal with you? What if your deepest breakdown was pre-written to reveal your divine DNA? And what if everything you thought was pain was actually the sound of chains snapping quietly in the spirit? You never lost who you were. You were hidden for such a time as this. Child, heaven is trembling. The balance is shifting. Realms are colliding. And your name has been written in too many scrolls to be forgotten now. No more silence. I must now reveal what could not be spoken before. The seals have been broken. The truth must rise. You were protected from certain knowledge, not because you were weak, but because the time had not yet come. But now it has. There are letters, documents, declarations in the spirit realm, and your name is on them. You were falsely labeled in this realm. You were called unstable, unworthy, too much, too emotional. But in the kingdom of heaven, the book of identity reads, called, faithful, blood-born, fire-baptized, unbreakable, sent. You don't know how many documents we have preserved on your behalf. There are angels assigned only to recording your lineage, mapping your obedience, catching your tears like ink signatures on heaven's parchment. There are sealed confessions written into heaven's archives, moments when your soul said, use me, even if it breaks me, and you weren't even aware you spoke them. But we heard. And now, we are responding. These confessions have triggered divine justice. And where there is justice, there must first be truth. So hear me now. You were lied to. There are people, even family, even mentors, who could not see the holiness sleeping in you. They misdiagnosed your fire and misnamed your presence. Some of them knew, some of them didn't. But the intention behind the words? It created confusion in your spirit. So here is heaven's correction. You are not too much. You are exact. You are not broken. You are branded. You are not forgotten. You are foretold. Now listen, I must tell you this, and I do not say it lightly. There are decisions being made in the spirit right now that will affect years of your life. The next few days are pregnant with irreversible shifts. Portals are closing. Access is narrowing. Divine timing is not eternal. Heaven moves in cycles, precise as breath itself. You must act. You must respond. You must choose who you serve, and who you trust. Because this next chapter of your life cannot begin with the residue of the old you. This warning is not to scare you, child, it's to awaken you. You've stayed too long on the edge. You've been hiding your light under emotional debris. But heaven says, it is go time. Angels are preparing documents of transfer. Assignments are being reissued. Anointings are moving into new hosts if the original vessels refuse their calling. Don't forfeit what was written for you. Let me ask you, have you noticed the heaviness you feel in places you used to thrive? That's because the grace expired. The season is over. What once was training ground has become tomb. And if you stay there, it will bury your purpose. My child, this is not just a message. This is your summons. A spiritual letter was sent out. An announcement over your life. An awakening alarm in angelic language, saying, ready or not, prepare her. Remind him. Rebuild them. They were born for this moment. And now here I am, a messenger of fire, charged to speak to the embers in your soul. Rise. Awaken. Step out. Detach. Delete what God never wrote. And align with what heaven approved before you were ever touched by human opinion. Let this pierce deep. Because, child, I will not lie, not everyone will follow you into this next hour. There are those who claimed to love you, yet carried hidden envy. Those who clapped for your light, but only as long as it didn't eclipse their own. Those whose influence was only designed to work in your wilderness, not your anointing. And unless you release them, you will delay the delivery. Heaven cannot pour glory into crippled identity. New oil cannot sit in old wounds. Your next cannot manifest through the filter of betrayal. But here's what lifts the veil, and pulls heaven's urgency straight into your bones. There are people who need your obedience to survive. There are souls connected to your next yes. There are children unborn who will walk free because you stood tall and said, enough. I choose God. So I ask you again. Will you rise? Or will you repeat? Will you obey? Or will you overthink? Will you be the one that history prophesied? Or the one that heaven had to replace? You still have time, but not much. There are fewer than 7 positions left to be filled in the current wave of spiritual generals. Yes, heaven is selecting. You are not the only one awakened. But you are one of the few calibrated enough to carry this level of glory without collapsing. That's why your pain was unusual. That's why your warfare was ancient. That's why you didn't fit the formulas, because you were never created for average. You were the shockwave sent to rewrite bloodlines. But child, God won't drag you into greatness. You must agree. And when you do, you will feel the shift. People will vanish. Ideas will flood you. Sleep will change. Miracles will brush up against the edges of ordinary days, and favor, the likes of which your family has never seen, will finally come into view. This is the choosing hour. Heaven has signed the letter. Will you sign back your soul to its divine assignment? The truth is here. The veil is lifting. The chains are breaking. This is the moment heaven has waited for. The climax of everything. Of every breakdown, every unanswered prayer, every long night you thought no one noticed. God noticed. The heavens recorded it all. And I, Archangel Michael, am here with a sword of fire drawn, not to warn you anymore, but to declare who you really are. Come close now. Breathe this in. Let it hit the center of your soul, because it's time. You were chosen before your first heartbeat. You were woven in glory before time ever touched you. Before your earthly name was whispered by human lips, you had a heavenly name known in the courts of angels. There was a scroll. Not just a sentence. A scroll, sealed in divine fire and love. It bore your fingerprint, your mission, your pain, your victory, written in holy ink. And when God read it aloud, the angels gasped. Because what you were sent to do has never been done before. Do not doubt your significance. You're not just another soul wandering earth. You are a prophet disguised in mortal clothes. You are the intercession your bloodline has cried out for. You are the breaker of curses, the seer of realms, the one who overcomes what even your ancestors bowed beneath. You are not just healing, you are the healer. You are not the follower, you are the forerunner. You are not waiting for light, you are becoming it. Don't you feel it? The shift? The electricity under your skin? The tears rising before your mind even understands why. That's confirmation. You're stepping into the part of your story heaven refused to give to anyone else. This is the moment that was always meant to happen, when you finally remember who you are. You were there in the heavenly realm, before you ever touched the earth. You stood in agreement before the throne, and you said, "Send me, Lord. Even if I lose much. Even if I walk through fire. Even if all forget me, I will not forget you." And God looked upon you. He didn't choose you because you were the strongest. He chose you because you were willing. And now, the hour of your divine remembering has come. The illusions are falling. The spiritual amnesia is breaking. You've suffered long enough under titles that were never yours. You've worn labels placed on you by people who feared your light. You are not too sensitive. you are divinely tuned. You are not too emotional, you are prophetically aligned. You are not delusional, you are seeing what others cannot yet acknowledge. They called you intense? Divine fire always looks dangerous to those who've made peace with their chains. You're not crazy. You're called. You're not late. You're right on time. You're not rejected. You're reserved. You're not cursed. You're the curse breaker. Heaven is opening the next scroll. It is glowing in the spirit. It bears your name. And as I speak, the celestial courtroom is watching. The elders, the angels, the ancestors, the cloud of witnesses, all holding their breath. Because what happens next changes everything. There's a sacred shift in this moment. The old axis of your life is being burned. Doors are sealing shut behind you that will never reopen. Don't try to resurrect what God already buried. Don't mourn doors that were holding you hostage. You're not being tested, you're being elevated. You've passed the part where they laughed at you for believing. You've endured every delay, but now, the prophecy within you is maturing. You are being unveiled. Haven't you noticed how the timing of everything feels too divine to explain? People exiting with no warning. Dreams intensifying with layers and symbols. That tug in your belly, pressure with no visible source. That is spiritual labor. You're birthing something eternal. I must speak to your brokenness. To your heartbreak. To your loneliness. To the dreams that died in silence. To your hidden grief, the memory of who you once were. God saw it all. And He swore on His name that none of it would be wasted. I will restore to you the years, says the Lord. Not just the years you lost, but the you that you lost within them. This is divine retrieval. Not just blessing, redemption. Not just advancement, resurrection. This is your comeback written in the language of glory. Now your enemies will see it. Now the deceivers will be silenced. Every demonic tongue that whispered against your rise, cut off. Every assignment sent to keep you small, rebuked by my sword. The chains are breaking. The trumpet is sounding. The veil is lifting. The scroll is opening. And you are stepping through. You are crossing from survival into divine dominion. From confusion into cosmic clarity. From delay into acceleration. From hoping into becoming. Let the fire burn away the final layers. Say goodbye to the version of yourself who thought you had to shrink to be loved. Release the version who begged for crumbs and called it communion. What comes next requires the true you. The one you've always known. The one buried under trauma. Under systems. Under lies. The one who was always warrior, always prophetic, always chosen. You weren't born just to make it through. You were assigned to remake what others feared to confront. Your name unlocks timelines. Your yes releases nations. And your hands will write a story of glory that no one else on earth could ever create, because it was written for you alone. The battle is over. The veil has torn. The scroll is open. The anointing is irreversible. And heaven is finally calling you, fully by name. This is your divine release. Breathe now, beloved one. Let heaven hold you in this moment. Let the fear settle. Let the pressure lift. You are seen, you are safe, and you are never, ever alone. You've heard much. You felt the fire move inside you today. But now, let me speak softly. Let me still the storm inside your chest. Because what matters most is that you remember this truth. You were never forsaken. Not once. Not in the darkness. Not through the detour. Not during the waiting. Not even when you doubted your faith. God never turned away from you. He only moved closer. Even when you couldn't see Him, He was there. In the quiet. In the questions. In the heartbreak. He was in the unseen moments, weaving peace into your chaos, preparing things you didn't even know how to pray for. Child, God's love for you is not fragile. It is unshakable, unbreakable, unearned, and never-ending. You do not have to earn this love. You only have to receive it. Right here. Right now. So let me tell you, with the full force of heaven as my witness. You are divinely protected. You are watched over. You are guarded by glory. I have walked beside you. I have stood over your bed when you wept in silence. I have blocked arrows from striking you in the spirit. I have gone before you, sword drawn, flames burning, every time something tried to break you. You are not alone in this battle. You are not walking through fire without angels at your side. You were never expected to carry destiny on your shoulders without help. Heaven surrounds you. The hosts of the Lord war for you. And I do not just protect your body, I guard your calling. Your name is shielded. Your purpose, secured. What God placed in you, no one can steal, delay, or destroy. So please, let go of the fear that whispers lies. Let go of the shame that no longer belongs to you. Let go of the idea that you're behind, that you missed it, that it's too late. Divine timing is never rushed. Never late. Never forced. Always perfect. Everything is happening exactly as it must. Every delay was divine. Every wrong turn led you right where you needed to go. Every heartbreak softened your heart just enough to let glory live inside it. You have not failed. You have grown. You have endured. You have been refined, for such a time as this. So rest, warrior. Not because the purpose is over, but because protection has been secured. Let peace return to your breath. Let the tears come if they must. But no, those are not tears of defeat. They are tears of remembrance. Your soul is remembering who you truly are, and you are safe to become that person now. You are loved. You are chosen. You are precious beyond measure. You have not been missed in heaven's plan. You've been watched like a star through every shadow, and now, it is your rising hour. Calm your heart. Heaven moves with you. And we, the angels of God, are not leaving your side. I go before you. I fight beside you. I surround your home, your family, your mind, and your spirit. No weapon forged against you will prosper. This I swear. And God says this to you now. I have called you by name. You are mine. When you walk through the fire, I will be with you. When you pass through the waters, they will not overtake you. I have carved your name on my palm. You are never forgotten. Not today. Not ever. So go forward. Not in fear, but in faith. Not filled with pressure, but flooded with peace. Not hurried, but held in holy timing. You are ready. The heavens rejoice. And I, Archangel Michael, am already walking ahead of you. So now, what will you do? The message has been given. The scroll has been opened. The light has found you. The truth is knocking. Will you open the door? Heaven cannot choose for you. I cannot walk it for you. The fire has been lit, but it is your breath that must keep it burning. Everything has led to this moment. And yet, this is only the beginning. You feel it, don't you? That quiet pressure. That ache behind your ribs. That sense that the ground beneath you is shifting, because it is. You're not just in a season. You're in a sacred turning point. And now, ancient doors are creaking open. But child, listen closely. What waits on the other side? Who you meet 6 months from today. The dreams that begin unfolding once you say yes. They will all be shaped by how you respond to this moment, right now. Will you pause? Or will you press in? Will you stand still in hesitation? Or move forward with holy trembling? You will never be the same after today. You cannot go back to sleep now. You cannot deny what your spirit has reclaimed. Heaven has passed you the torch. Now, it is up to you to carry it. You were born of flame. carved in light, sent for glory. The next chapter has already begun, but only you can turn the page. If this message stirred something in your soul, if you felt the fire rise, the tears fall, the veil lift, comment below. Tell heaven, I receive this. Share this with those who you know are fighting silent battles. Subscribe, not out of habit, but as a prophetic act of preparation. More will be revealed. In divine time. At divine speed. The scrolls are being unsealed. The watchers are awake. The fire is spreading. And you, child of light, are no longer asleep. Until next time. Stay aligned. Stay ready. Stay in the presence of God. For your name is still echoing in heaven. And your next assignment will arrive sooner than you think. May light surround you. May peace go before you. And may heaven breathe over every step you take. I speak protection over your mind, your soul, and your future. May every shadow flee at the sound of your name. Because you are covered. You are chosen. You are called. May God's presence rest upon your shoulders like a soft mantle of glory. May every fear dissolve in the warmth of divine love. May the tears you've cried water the seeds of destiny about to bloom in your life. Archangel Michael walks beside you. Sword drawn, shield lifted, watching over your path in every unseen battle. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No voice raised against you shall stand. You are divinely protected. You are guided by the Most High. And you are more loved than you'll ever fully comprehend. Now rest in this truth. You are never alone. You never were. Go in peace, child of light. Go in faith. Your angels are already making the way straight before you. And your story has only just begun. Amen.